compare scales to 0 every time you weigh each ingredient. With this recipe, you'll also be using conditioner. This means you'll be able to process this laminated dough straight away. Remember, with the yeast, keep that away from all your other ingredients until you're ready to mix. We will also be using cold water for this recipe. This should achieve a colder dough temperature than normal doughs. This is to help during the lamination process so the dough doesn't rise too much. We'll keep to the normal mixing times of 2 minutes on slow and 6 minutes on fast. Once your dough is mixed, scale it to the right weight and then ball it up and place it into a board for around about 5 or 10 minutes to rest. You can use pastry margarine or pastry butter for this recipe. What we need to do is weigh up the correct amount, and then you need to soften the pastry margarine or butter before you're ready to place this onto the dough. By doing this, it should help on your first turn with the pastry margarine or butter moving around your dough more evenly. This should then give a better lamination at the end of all your turns. After resting the dough, it's time to make a cross type shape. You'll do this by pinning from the middle upwards, then from the middle downwards, and then from the middle from side to side. But what you need to do is leave the centre bit a little bit thicker. That means when you place your fat then into the middle and then you flap over the 4 sides, it should be roughly the same thickness on the bottom to the top. Turn your dough over to the smooth side. Then what you can do, you can tap down with a rolling pin over the dough. This should move the fat around the dough more evenly, ready for the next stage of doing your first turn. With your first turn, start from the middle with your rolling pin and go upwards and then downwards. You can use your rolling pin to square off your dough as well. What you're looking for is something around 3 times the length to the width. Turn over your dough. You'll then see the creases in the dough from what was the original flap over. Then brush off any excess flour and then fold over just over the middle, and then from the top fold over where there's 2 layers of dough now. This will then give you 3 layers of dough. Place your dough into a plastic bag. This should stop the dough from skinning over when it's in the fridge for them few minutes. On your second turn, when it comes to pinning out, look for the 3 folds. They should be facing you and then the other way. Pin out exactly the same way as you did for your first turn, and then when it comes to the folds, do the folds exactly as you did on your first turn. Place it back into the fridge for another 5 to 10 minutes and then repeat this process for your third and final turn. Once you've done your third and final turn, place it back into the fridge for a further 10 minutes rest, and then it's time for the pastry break. The pastry break is a machine alternative to pinning out your dough by hand. The pastry break has two black buttons, one on each side, a red button on the top and the dial at the front. Always start your dial quite high so the dough will fit through the pastry break. When using the pastry break, whichever side the dough is on, press the button on that side. That will then take it through to the other side. You then press the other button on the other side and it then will return back to the original side. Then press the red button on the top to stop the machine from rolling. Then turn the dial to the next number down. Repeat the process until you reach number 4 on the setting. Once your pastry is back on the table, just give it that last pin just to make sure it's around 3 to 4 mil. With these croissants, we're going to put the roller over the top just to ensure that it's too wide. You can also do your pastry in a longer strip so it's just one wide for your roller. Once you've cut out your shapes, just relax the dough for about another 5 minutes. This then should help when it comes to rolling up your croissants. When rolling up your croissants, place the triangle with the largest end close to you. Place your hands over the top, flat, pushing down slightly, and then roll away from you. Once you've rolled up your croissants and egg washed them, it's then time to go into the prover. And the prover temperature may be a little bit lower than breads like your tin breads, your bloomers and your rolls. After proving, it's then time to place the products into the oven. Ensure you've got the right temperature and the right time. In this case, with lamination products, we're going to use a little bit of steam.